Okay, and here's a trick that I learned on TikTok. I know everyone, okay, gets their pot and they go like this. These handles are not just handles to hold, but to hold your lid. Look at this.
When there's something in there.
When there's something in it, obviously. Kia ora whānau, and welcome back to our show. We are making mussel chowder.
Cool down with the water's right, yeah. Let's grab.
Just want to say thank you for your patience and also thank you for your support actually over the last few months that we have been running this show. We have seen your comments, your shares, your engagement. We do appreciate the support. We love all the comments, eh?
Yes, we do.
Yes,
every single comment.
Every single comment, both negative and positive, especially the negative ones. Helps build character and also lets us know what you guys want to see on here. If you're new to the Good Start program or to our Facebook page, the Good Start program is a chronic disease and obesity prevention program. Basically, we help Māori and Pacific Islander children and their families to live healthier lifestyles. Okay, whether it be in our schools or in their homes or right here on our cooking show. We will give you tips and tricks on how to make these amazing traditional and cultural dishes that you love to eat, but make them healthier so that you can continue eating them for a long time. If you want to make this at home, and the things you will need is 1 onion, 4 cloves of garlic, 2 carrots diced, celery stalks. Stalks?
Yes, stalks.
Stalks, yeah. 2 calorie stalk. It probably only has 2 calories in the celery, to be honest. 2 celery stalks, diced. 4 potatoes, washed and diced. A cup of corn kernels. A cup of green peas. So those are all our veggies. To add to that, we have 20 mussels. Just here, you can buy this from your local supermarket, or if you're like me, we went fishing early this morning at 5 a.m. Just put the net out, you know, reel it in. 2.5 cups of water, 1 can of evaporated milk, 2 tablespoons of corn flour mixed with some water to make it into a paste-like consistency, and then we're going to add that in to make the sauce thicker. Let's turn on our frying stove. Turn on our electric stove. Let's turn on our gas stove here. Once the pan is hot, let's add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Once your oil is nice and warm, you want to grab your onions and your diced garlic and just pop it straight into the pan. Alright, so we're going to cook this down for about 1 to 2 minutes until our onions are nice and soft. Now that our onions and our garlic is nice and soft and smells amazing, the next thing you want to add is the celery and the carrots. Some beautiful colors are going into this dish. Okay, so cook down the carrots and the celery for about 2 minutes, and the next thing we're going to add is the potatoes here. Okay, give that a mix, and then just gonna allow that to soften the potatoes a little bit, but not too much because we don't want to have mashed potatoes in there. Now I'm gonna add the water. I have 2.5 cups. Alright, so our mixture here has come to a boil. The next thing we're gonna do is add our mussels. Now we have given these a quick scrub. Yeah, make sure if you're using mussels like this, give them a quick wash, and then you can pop them into the pan. Just be careful, it can be a bit hot. So just leave that on for maybe 2 to 3 minutes until the shells have opened. Okay, another good thing about using the shells in this dish is that there are some additional flavors hidden in the crevices of those shells, and so we want those to be absorbed into the liquid to give it some extra flavor. But yeah, you don't have to use these ones, you can just use the ones that come in the container if you can't find these mussels at a store near you. Oh yeah, they're starting to open up very nicely. Alright, so we're ready to take the mussels out. So we're going to take them out here, pop them to the side, and then we're going to remove the flesh. Now would be the time to put the lid over here. Voila. Okay, so grab these, just pop them on the chopping board. So we've removed all the mussels. I'm just going to wait for them to cool so I can open them up more and chop them up. The next thing you want to add is 1 cup of peas and 1 cup of corn. Okay, and give that a stir, and we're going to cook that down for about 1 to 2 minutes. Alright, so now that our peas and corn are cooked, you're going to add your evaporated milk. Okay, and just let that simmer, and while that's simmering you can continue removing the flesh from your mussels.
Yeah, won't you melt the sun hotter than ever before. So let's ride.
Alright, and there you have it. We have completed our easy to make, very nutritious mussel chowder. Okay, so we have our mussels, which is good for protein, helps build us strong muscles. So why don't you try and make this at home with your family? I'm going to give it a quick try. And I have added a squeeze of lemon on top just to add some additional flavor. Honest reaction. I am actually shocked. Very nice, very creamy. The texture, surprisingly, from all that boiling, the potatoes are still have a little bite to it, as well as the other veggies. Yeah, I think the corn flour added a nice consistency to the dish as a whole. Nice flavor, you can really taste the mussels. I will rate this nutrition, 10 out of 10, lots of veggies. Difficulty, easy, very easy. And taste and flavor, 11 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we will see you in our next one. Have a great autumn. Have a great...
See you later.
Yeah, see you next time. Peace. Full giving birth right now. That looks disgusting. We'll put that at the bottom.
The wheat is on fire, the day is getting hot. This is my desire, that I want to hit the spot.
Kia ora koutou whānau, welcome back to our How to Cook It series. My name is Brent from the Good Start program, and today we are going to be making Falai Maukegi.
Are you okay, mate? It's only Falai Maukegi, mate.
So, Falai Maukegi is a Samoan dish, very easy to make, pretty nutritious, and only requires minimal ingredients. Actually, before we even go into that, Falai Maukegi, translated into English, is filet. If we break down filet, it's like fry, and it comes to fry. And that was very fry. And then Maukegi is Maukegi, which sounds like pumpkin, which is pumpkin. So we have fried pumpkin. The three ingredients you will need for this dish is Maukegi or pumpkin. Thank you. Some lamb, and the last thing we need is an onion. So nice brown, yellow onion. So these are the three ingredients you need: onion, pumpkin, and onion, pumpkin, and lamb. And I'm going to teach you now how to make this easy dish. Let's go. The first thing you're going to want to do is to cut the onion. Cut it in half, and then we're going to peel off the brown. Really, with the brown layer, just want to peel off the brown layer. Okay, because time and time again, I've seen people cut an onion and they literally peel off 2 layers of skin. And what you're doing ultimately is wasting the onion, and that's not what we want. So look at this. But you're literally just peeling off this brown layer. Alright, and just like that, boom, peel that off. And we want to leave the root intact, because the root is what makes us cry. So to start cutting your onion, you want to cut it down lengthwise. Look at that. Yeah, avoiding touching the root. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to make 2 incisions through the side. One there, and then one at the top. And then you want to slice it down the top. Dice onions. And then when you get to this part, just turn it over so that you don't chop your fingers, and then cut it right to the root, and then cut it this way. And this is where it bleeds. Okay, and do you see my eyes crying? No. Put it to the side, and then go ahead and cut the other half of your onion. So pop your onions to the side. The next thing I'm going to do is fry them up. I'm going to grab our amazing and loyal campfire stove. So get your stove out. I mean, don't get your stove out, just leave your stove there. And turn it on. Turn it on. Oh, stop. Fuckers. Don't do that at home. I did not see the flames. Just going to lightly spray this.
So light.
So light. It's just a Falai Maukegi.
It's only Falai Maukegi, mate.
So I'll just throw the onions in there. With the onions, the longer you leave them in the frying pan, the sweeter it becomes, because the sugars that are inside the onion are getting released. Up to you, and depending on the texture that you want, if you want crunchy onions, depending on how you like them, you can leave them in to fry as long as you want. So just continue to watch the onions, make sure it doesn't burn. And the next ingredient we're going to add is the lamb, because this is the ingredient they tend to use in Samoa when they make this dish. And I was asking my dad about the history of this dish from Samoa. He said they used to use mutton flaps or lamb flaps, but The mutton flaps is a fattier meat. For this recipe, I've literally just gone and bought the lamb that's already diced because we want to make dishes that are easy and quick to make. I'm going to add the lamb to the pan. And this lamb, like I said, has already been diced because we're going to save some time. But feel free to buy lamb that isn't cut and you can just cut it yourself. Pop that in the pan and then just let it saute for a bit, and we'll come back maybe every 1 to 2 minutes and give it a stir. Lamb is a great source of iron. If you're feeding this to your children or even your babies, if you want to make it into a puree, because the lamb has iron in it, what the iron does in our bodies, it helps to transport oxygen around your body, which helps baby grow. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. We've got some good color on the onions and the lamb here. This is a good cut of lamb, not too much fat on it. And that's what you're looking for when you're looking for particular meat protein, is to make sure that we're not using fatty meats because we're trying to reduce the fat content in our meals. Alright, the next thing you want to do, now that that's looking a bit cooked, and we don't want to cook it fully because it's going to continue cooking when we put the pumpkin in. So I'm going to add the pumpkin now. The maukegi, the star of the dish. I'm using about 1/3 of a pumpkin. Okay, so we're just going to add that in. And just for the show, we have already pre-diced it for you. Look at that. Just add the pumpkin in. Look at how bright this dish is. Oh yeah, so just throw the pumpkin in and then we're just going to let it sit for a few minutes, and what we want for it to do is just to break down and get soft. You can boil the pumpkin. When you boil the pumpkin or when you boil any veggies, it does sometimes tend to lose the nutrients that are inside the boiling process, okay? Because it gets released in the water. If you can be patient, try not to boil the veggies and just pop it straight into the dish. That way the nutrients inside those veggies won't get lost. Okay, so pumpkin has a great source of vitamin A, vitamin C and potassium. We know that the vitamin A is good for our eyesight. We have the vitamin C, which is good for our immune system. Potassium is good to help us with our sleep. This is another one where you just got to be patient and let it cook down. Okay, so basically what we're waiting for is for the pumpkin to be cooked and soft. So that's what we're looking for. I'm just going to put a lid on it just to help with the cooking process and to speed it up. And then we'll come back. So while we're waiting for that to simmer down, if you don't like pumpkin, you can use sweet potato. How do you say sweet potato in Samoan? Sweet pekeka. How do you say sweet? Somalia. It's gonna be falai Somalia pekeka. This dish actually can be found in our cookbook, except in our cookbook we have used sweet potato in that one and lamb, but it's called sweet potato and lamb puree. So after it has cooked, we've actually gone and turned it into a puree because that was a recipe that we intended for our babies. I'll put the link in the comments and you can go and check that out. Today's one is the Falai Maukegi. Let's give it a check. Yes. So this is the texture we are looking for. But we will take it a little bit further. You all know when it's ready, you can kind of see the pumpkin is pulling apart from itself. And it's kind of mixing well with the lamb. And also it's starting to stick to the bottom of the pan. It's moving around in clumps like that. That's pretty much it. This is a Samoan special. This is a very easy meal to make. How many ingredients? 3 ingredients. We have the onion, the pumpkin and the lamb. So even if you don't have these ingredients at home, it's very cheap to buy. Why don't you go and try it? I'm going to give it a quick taste. Oh yeah, let's turn it off. Nice small piece. There we go. Here is the taste. Just a bit of a cup of water. Yeah, who wouldn't like that? Like nice tender lamb and mashed pumpkin. Why don't you give it a go at home and send us your recipes that you want us to make, and we will see you in the next one. Ka kite!
Aua ne ngalo mai mo le tata pukalame o le awe fe au le tala lei I lau ala leo malau TV o le Pasifika TV and Radio. So se mea le lalolangi e mai mua mai ai po au se talia nei.
Ke tonga hua Ke ula noa I moe he munoa I ataua Ai au ataua ke ita moe whakasema sema Koe pule whiwhine koe patu I koe Elisabeth Leka whakamalolo Melanga ke taunga hua Ke ula noa I moe he munoa I ataua Ai au ataua ke ita moe whakasevasema Koe pule whiwhine koe patu I koe Elisabeth
Thinking about learning Tongan, or you'd like your children to be taught the Tongan language? Look no further than the Queensland Tongan Language School. The Queensland Tongan Language School offers a diverse Tongan language course covering reading, writing, listening, and most importantly, speaking. Our team of dedicated teachers deliver 6 lessons during school term, including face-to-face classes in Logan on Brisbane's south side for our Joeys or preschoolers, koalas, our primary school students, and our wombats or high school students. But that's not all. To ensure flexibility, we deliver online as well with our Brumbies or adult beginners class and our Emus or second year adult class and our Crocodiles or masterclass for those who want to learn advanced Tongan. Enrollments are welcome for our online classes from across Australia and around the world. All students are welcome to attend our Kalapu Talanoa or weekly informal conversational club to practice speaking Tongan with our community elders. Don't forget our Pen Pal program with Friends of Tonga, just another great way to learn. Enroll today at brisbanetongancommunity.com/QTLS or drop us an email to brisbanetongancommunity@gmail.com. The Queensland Tongan Language School. Koe hakao e ahoni, koe whanua o apongpongi. Today's reef is tomorrow's land. Enroll today and start your journey learning the Tongan language.